Hey guys, and welcome to my channel. My name is Karen and welcome to our Irish family. So in today's video I want to talk to you a little bit about how we do our household budget every month. I previously did videos similar to these with much more detail, but I've decided to restrict some of the detail that I'm going to be sharing with you and just let you know the key points that I want you to know. But before I get started, I just want you to know that I have an Instagram account where currently, if you are a resident of the UK and Ireland, there is a competition for you guys, a giveaway, and I will have that on the screen so you can check it out. So Karen H Ireland is my username, so I would love if you went over to enter that giveaway and to follow my account. And also I have a blog, or irishfamily.com is my blog, and I do various different content and different content to YouTube over there as well. So if you are interested in subscribing to my blog, please go over there and check it out and subscribe. So let's just jump into today's video. So I want to talk to you about our budget. So I think the last time I shared anything budget related, and I think I have that video now private, it was back like a year ago, like April 2017. Yeah, April 2017 is when I shared budget related items with you guys. And we were using everydollar.com. It's a free budgeting software. If you are familiar with Dave Ramsey and the Dave Ramsey Total Money Makeover, we were following those steps. We had got out of debt and we were moving on to saving our large emergency fund. And then basically, from then, we obviously went on holiday, so we had paid that with cash. So all of our holiday was saved up in a fund. And a fund is basically where you know things are going to happen and you just put away some money each week or each month to ensure that it's covered and you're not left needing to use credit cards or some sort of credit when that comes along. So we went to Florida last year, we went to Orlando in May, and then we were just saving away for Christmas. Robert also had to buy a new phone because Ava broke his, and there was various things that came up that cost a bit more than we had saved, but thankfully we had a little bit of our emergency fund and we used that. So an emergency fund is there for an emergency, so it's stuff that you can't plan for, like your boiler blew or your car blew up, or like something catastrophic like your windows broke or something like that, you know, something that you're not prepared for. And while I used my emergency fund for one or two things I shouldn't have, or if I went over the budget that month, it was still there and it was still meant that we didn't have to use any credit cards or get ourselves into any additional debt. So currently now I am using a different software called Ynab. It's You Need a Budget. And I moved to this for a number of reasons, but the main one was because I found I was constantly going over on my monthly budget in EveryDollar, and I wanted to change to a weekly budget. And while I could probably use everydollar.com in the same way that I use Ynab, I just prefer some of the features that Ynab has. And I can go through a video of my Ynab account if you want, or set up a Ynab account. If you're interested to see what the features are in May, I can definitely do that. So let me know if you're interested. So now I use Ynab, and I've just found it so much better with controlling my spending, especially my grocery and personal money spending. So grocery, dining out and personal money is where we always went over. Every month without fail, we were constantly going over. If we took out cash, we'd still go over because like we'd slip in the debit card. We're debit card type people, and cash just doesn't suit us. It has been years since we used cash, and whenever we try to use cash for those categories, so let's say I have 500 euros in a grocery fund and I take out that cash, I'm just going to spend it the exact same way that I do my debit card, and then if I have no money at the end, I will just slip in the debit card. But this last month I have been revived on the budget side of things. Myself and Robert sat down, we had a talk about what we want to do in the next year, where we want our money to be going, what we want our money to be saving towards, what we need to save towards. Do we need a new car, a new bike, a new phone, we're going on vacation, and those sorts of stuff. So we've sat down and we've made a plan for ourselves, and that's the best thing that we've done, because it's really got me sighted on the goal now. I have my goal set up within Ynab. I know that I need to be contributing a bit every month into them to make it easier on ourselves. And I suppose I can just talk about some of the funds that we currently have, like sinking funds. So if you're following the Dave Ramsey baby steps, there is a part in it where he says to set up sinking funds. And basically, when I say sinking funds, this is what I mean. It basically means where you know something is going to happen, so you put money away every single month or every single week to prepare for that. So when it comes along, you're not caught by surprise for it. For instance, Christmas. Christmas comes every year in December, but thousands and millions of people out there act like Christmas is just a surprise and it just popped up out of the blue, and you're not prepared for it, and you put all your money on your credit card, all the gifts on your credit card, and then you're in debt to the credit card company. But with a sinking fund, basically you set up the fund and you kind of know in your head how much you want to spend. So ours is 600 euros. So 600 euros gets gifts for me, Robert, Ava, our parents, our brothers and sisters. That's what it gets gifts for. That's who we buy gifts for. That's what the 600 euro is going to cover. Do we use more than 600? Sometimes. And if I do, I adjust my budget. So right now, for the 12 months, I suppose it's more than 600 euros. It's 720 euros. For the 12 months, I save 60 euro per month into a sinking fund. So I am prepared when December gets here, or if I see a bargain throughout the year, especially now because I have a child, if I see a bargain throughout the year, I know that I have money sitting in that fund to spend for Christmas on gifts. So I go then take money from my sinking fund and purchase that gift. So that's what a sinking fund is. It's there because you know the event is going to happen and you're prepared for it, you have money for it, and it doesn't just surprise you and you have to put everything on a debit card or a credit card, or you have to take out some sort of loan, because that's not what we want to do. We want debt-free living here. So my sinking funds, or our sinking funds that we have, are Christmas. We also have ones for birthdays or gifts. So like Mother's Day, Father's Day, like Granny's gifts, Mammy's gifts, Daddy's birthday, Ava's birthday, Robert's birthday, you know, like for the birthdays and for gifts, for like that. So like anniversaries, Mother's Day, Father's Day, those sorts of things. So Christmas, we have a birthdays category. We have car insurance and bike insurance. So every year we get our car insurance in October, and in I think November is Robert's motorbike insurance. So I save money every single week into an account there. Again, it's 60 euro per week into an account, and so it's there sitting ready and waiting. I have 720 euros. Sometimes it is more than 720 because our car is getting older, so our premium tends to go up. But we have 720, and it's not a surprise when we get a quote in for 900 euros. It's not a surprise that we have to gather 900 euros or ask somebody for a loan or go to a bank for a loan or put it on a credit card. We don't need to do that. We have the fund. Also, twice a year we pay our car and motorbike tax. Again, I have a fund set up for that. Then we have, every year the car has to get an NCT. I have a fund set up for that. It's not very much that goes into that fund, but still, at least in that particular month, I won't have to set aside the amount it costs for an NCT. And NCT is like checking that your car is roadworthy. Every year we have to get one of them done. So then we have our emergency fund. So our emergency fund, what Dave Ramsey recommends is that you save 1,000 euros, $1,000, £1,000, 1,000, whatever it is, into an account, and then you start working on getting out of debt. And once you're out of debt, the next step is to build up that emergency fund into 3 to 6 months worth of expenses. So I've worked out how much that we want to save into that, and previously it was something like 8,500, but we have dropped the amount and we are happy with just saving 5,000 euros into that emergency fund, and then we move on to our next step or our next goal, which is where we vary slightly on the Dave Ramsey type of thing. Because we're kind of going to veer off Dave Ramsey once we get our emergency fund, because we have to put all of our money into a new car fund, because our car is getting quite old, and also Robert's motorbike, which he uses every single day, is quite old as well, so we definitely need to be purchasing them. So any money, once we get our 5,000 euros in our emergency fund, is going to be going towards paying for cars and motorbikes. So Robert can get to work, and then so our family car. I don't use the car most days. Like I say, in a week I would use it 1-2 days a week, and then we would obviously use it at the weekend, but not even go very far. So the motorbike is probably going to be our first priority, because it is something that Robert uses to get to work, and it is his preferred mode of transport too. So yeah, that is where we kind of are. We are now moved over to ynab.com, and again, I will go through that in a little bit more detail next month, and I can show you what the software looks like and how we use it and stuff. So I do a weekly budget now, instead of kind of planning out my whole month like I would with every dollar. I just do it a week by week basis, and that way I can only budget with the money I have right this moment in time. So moved my account, or moved my budget into Ynab. We have our sinking funds set up and running. Again, I can go into more detail on my sinking funds if you're interested in how I do them, how I allot the money, how we kind of, if something comes up in the sinking funds, how I deal with that. I can do that. Again, it will be through the Ynab software, so let me know if you're interested in a little bit more detail about our sinking funds. And we are saving towards, right now we're really kind of saving towards a vacation. We are going to go on a family vacation, so any spare money to that is going towards that, and then we're gung-ho on filling up 5,000 euros in an emergency fund in case the worst happens and Robert loses his job. We'd have 5,000 euro there, and that would cover us for just about 3 months. And then we're moving on to cars and bikes and stuff. So if you want any more information on any of the subjects I have touched today, please do let me know in the comments below. And I will talk to you in my next video. Bye.